Welcome into another edition, the final edition of season 4 of The Butcher versus the Dance Instructor, presented by LB's Meat Market. I'm Neil McCready, joined today on the show, as always, by Greg Jones, LB's Meat Market in Oxford, and Caroline McCready from Legacy Dance.
Legacy Studio of the Performing Arts.
There you go, close enough. I said Legacy, got it right, in Fayetteville. You got a big weekend of dance ahead. We'll talk about that in a minute, but mostly we're going to talk about the Super Bowl 58. Is that what it is? 58, LVIII. So we'll talk about that here in a moment. We'll also kind of have our wrap up, talk about everything, talk about some menu things for Super Bowl Sunday. First, I want to tell you, speaking of menus, LB's Meat Market, 2008 University Avenue in Oxford, right across from Kroger. Let Kroger be your landmark, and then head over to LB's, where they've got the freshest cuts of beef, pork, chicken, seafood, plate lunches on Thursdays. They've got house-made sausages, the stuffed jalapenos, the stuffed mushrooms, the bacon-wrapped asparagus, so much there at LB's Meat Market, 2008 University Avenue in Oxford. And Greg, before we even talk about LB's and all of that stuff, how's your mom doing?
Well, she's doing good. Picking her up tomorrow morning.
I think we're having a little connectivity issue with Greg, Caroline. So we'll
strong and hey, I'm cutting out real bad.
Yeah, you want to log out and log back in? Here he goes. Greg's getting back. He's logging out. All right, we'll ask you, Caroline. You got a big Super Bowl weekend. I know you got a party and that kind of stuff, but you've also got a big dance weekend. Your group is performing in Tulsa. What's the expectation there with Legacy?
Yeah, competition starts today, and I'm not going today, but I'll be up bright and early tomorrow morning to drive to Tulsa, and it's like everyone at the dance studio is competing this weekend, so it's all the way till Sunday night. But I'm excited. I think they're ready. I hope they win, or I hope they place at least.
So what's the age group of your girls?
My girls that compete are 3rd through 5th grade.
3rd through 5th grade. So yeah, a lot of solos or a lot of group.
I have a duet that I choreographed, so I'm excited for that one. A trio I did not choreograph, and then a group dance that I choreographed. So hate to say it, but I care more about the ones that I choreographed. But I'm really excited about it. I think they'll do well. And I'm glad that I'll be there, because then I can give them some last minute coaching before and some pep talks. And I think they know that I expect a lot of them, so it might help that I'm there.
So you'll spend the night Saturday in Tulsa?
Tomorrow night and Saturday night.
Friday night and Saturday night. Okay. Will you get back in time to see the Super Bowl?
Yeah, I'm going to watch it with my friends.
Okay. All right, Greg.
The last 2 minutes, my Wi-Fi cut out, so I have no idea what's been going on for the last 2 minutes. So I just finally came back. So we just talked, everything's good.
Everything's good. We just talked with Caroline about dance. I was asking you before you cut out how your mom's doing.
That's funny.
How's your mom doing?
Oh yeah, she's good. We're picking her up on Friday, so we'll see what she's got going on. I've been doing all her little errands that she used to love to do, and so now I get to do them. So it's been fun. So it's been active for the last week.
So are you getting geared? Do you sense it's going to be a big weekend? People getting ready for the Super Bowl, that kind of thing?
Yeah, so whenever I went shopping, did my mom's duties, there were some bell peppers, like some small peppers that had red, yellow, and I think green. So we were going to do a special, like a Super Bowl popper special. So we're going to do the ribeye sausage, cream cheese, mozzarella cheese, and Parmesan cheese. We're going to make that as the stuffing and wrap it in bacon. We're going to have like Super Bowl stuffers. So and they're red and yellow, so it kind of works for both the Chiefs and the 49ers.
Yeah, absolutely perfect. People want to get in touch with you if they need to make an order to get ahead, order some of that stuff. How do they do it?
Always call the store, 662-259-2999. I've got the Instagram page that I'm trying to stay active on. My buddy Jake requested a spinalis. I don't know if you are a big ribeye cap fan, or you like the leaner piece on the ribeye. but I know y'all do the strips. But the ribeye cap is the outer piece of the ribeye. So I got a whole piece of the ribeye cap, and it's called the spinalis. So trim that up for him today. So I'm heading to Kentucky and bringing him some duck poppers, boudin, and some ribeye caps. So gonna go to Kentucky and watch the Super Bowl.
Oh, well, that'd be fun. How'd your
I'm doing the Kentucky game on Tuesday, the Ole Miss Kentucky game on Tuesday.
Oh, how about that? I should pay you to get me some quotes post game, and you could send them to me.
Yeah, I mean, I want to try to get as close to the bench as possible. You know.
All right, so it's the last episode of the show. We started back 1st of September. We've gone virtually every week. I guess we took a week off in December right before the bowls. We took last weekend off because there were no games to play, but we've picked them all. We had championship weekend 2 weekends ago. Greg, you went.
We even did a live horse race on the podcast.
Yes, we did.
We did a live horse race. Greg, you went 2-0 2 weeks ago. Caroline, you went 1-1. So the good news for both of you is you're going to finish the season above 500 no matter what. Caroline, you won the championship as we talked last time. 98-86 is your record heading into the Super Bowl. Greg, you're 93-91. This is year 4 for you. So this means you're 1-3 against the McCready girls picking games seasons. You went. You went.
Yeah, I think I'm waiting on on Carson because I think I'm going to get him back. Get back my win on Carson.
Yeah, the thing with Carson is I wonder whether with Campbell and Caroline I never had to worry would they show up for the show. With Carson, that would be a consistent worry. Like how many times would I have to remind him? With Campbell, I had to remind a few times, not many. I don't know that I've had to. I think I've had to remind Caroline once, maybe.
I forgot once. That's it, and that shocked me. I'm like a very type A planner. I know what I have to do.
I think I forget about it all the time, and it helps me to realize it's either Wednesday when we talk. Like, it's Wednesday.
What messed me up was that it was a different day. Like whenever we do, like today's different, but like we would do Wednesdays at 1:30.
Yeah,
and I was like, got it.
Yeah, well, that always helped me.
In the college season, that was easy because we had all the games on Saturday, and a lot of times you had a Thursday game or that kind of thing, so you had to get it in. And that we ran the show we ran the segment on Thursday as part of our Thursday smorgasbord of programming on MPW Digital. But once the college season is over and we get to the pro season, it's a little different because it's just different. You know, the college season's the meat of the season. So Caroline, you win in year 1 on the Butcher versus the Dance Instructor. I know that you have a lot of achievements in your life.
Yeah, it's a profile upgrade if you ask me. She didn't make over the 20. I mean, she's at 20%, give or take, like at 19.
Here's what I'm curious about. Here's what I'm curious about. I know you were student body president at OHS. You're the captain of the Oxford Chargerettes. You're at CAIO. You got a executive position at CAIO. You've got your dance group that's going on. You made what do they call the 4.0 at Arkansas, the Chancellor's Honor Roll?
Yeah, which they left me off of it, but that's a whole other story.
But you made a 4.0. I saw it. I'm assuming those accomplishments pale in comparison to this, right? This is
this is
the
so
resume
much
together. This is line 1 champion 2023 LB's Cup.
She's had 2 years of experience of producing the show. So I'm sitting here, I'm like, man, I'm already inside a semi-hole because she already knows what's going on. You know, but you can see throughout the years, you know, Campbell kind of develops into like, hey, I know what I'm talking about. But like the first, but right off the get, she's on it. I'm sitting there, I'm like, It's like, please don't be so bad to me.
Which I didn't really, whenever I produced it for Campbell, to be honest, did not really watch it. But I do stay more in tune with what's going on than Campbell.
What has made you more of a football fan this year? This show or Taylor Swift dating Travis Kelce?
The show. The show has made me want to pay attention more.
Really?
I'm not like a crazy, like like if you asked me like what concert, I had to do that for an exec thing. It was like, what concert would you go to? I said Coldplay. Like I did not say Taylor Swift. I'm not one of those like typical like the Grammys. I did not watch them, and everyone was freaking out. All my friends were texting me freaking out about the new album, and I was just like, what's going on? Like I just don't care that much. I like the Kelseys, but I still don't watch Chiefs. I don't watch the Chiefs at all.
Yeah.
Like I just don't care that much.
Did you
Well,
watch
I mean,
the
Neil,
Grammys,
you were
Greg?
right. You were right. You were right. Whenever you said, "Hey, look, if the Chiefs win this game, it is rigged. It is full on." Because now the stage is set. He wins the big game in Las Vegas, and then next year is like the demise. Maybe he loses an offensive coordinator, or maybe like Kelsey goes somewhere. I just don't know. It's like something like it's. I mean, it's like WrestleMania. I promise you. Like it's something's going to happen, and they're going to like try to tear him down. I mean, I don't know.
So you are saying that you anticipate some sort of a breakup or a fall
Yeah,
apart.
well, maybe Andy Reid retiring.
She writes a story about Big Red, his demise, maybe? Writes a song, I should say.
I mean, maybe Big Red is the little frozen mustache Andy Reid guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people are kind of bitter. I had a class today. Someone like our professor was like, who wants to win or who do y'all want to win the Super Bowl? And some people are just so anti-Chiefs because of Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
A lot of people are.
Yeah.
I mean, I've gone back and forth on this. I started really anti-Chiefs. Now I'm still not for the Chiefs. I cheer for the Bengals. The Chiefs are a Bengals adversary. The Chiefs are an obstacle in the Bengals' path, right? I mean, a year ago, we had them and we lost to them, and it felt like they got every call, and I was bitter and mad, but now, I mean, I don't know. I mean, the whole Taylor Swift thing. I had someone tell me that look, it's brought a lot of fathers and daughters together, and little girls are watching the playoffs they wouldn't have watched otherwise.
I mean, man,
it's just like the Super Bowl, like the tickets. One of my roommates is from Kansas City, and she's been to the Super Bowl before when the Chiefs played, and she like her family was looking into it, and the tickets are insane.
Yeah, the get-in price right now, if you want a ticket, the lowest get-in price is $5,800.
Like it's insane.
Well, I mean, that's just like. I mean,
it's like little girls are going to Chiefs games to hold up a sign for Taylor Swift. Like that's not the place. Go to a concert. Don't go to the game. And that's parents' faults.
Well, I mean, like my mom has gotten recently involved with the Chiefs just because she likes the Kelseys, but like you can't like literally determine like, oh, you're a Taylor Swift, or are you a Kelsey? You know, because it's literally like almost like, are you Democrat or Republican? I mean, you know, it's like because it's two different people. Like I saw the video because I was at the Caesars last weekend, and his brother and a couple other guys from Barstool were playing blackjack, and they end up all hitting on like this big hand. And I was like, man, see, I'd love to be at that blackjack table right there. Like just because Jason Kelsey's like there and just seems like a real fun guy, you know. But I like the Kelseys versus the Swifties. I guess that's where I stand.
All right, what do you have planned on your own personal menu, Greg, for Sunday? Is there anything that's a typical go-to thing for you for Super Bowl Sunday?
Well, I guess duck poppers are a lock because everybody. I've got those requested. I've got some boudin requested. I'm going to do those cream cheese and ribeye cheese poppers. I haven't thought about all the go-tos that I could go to. But if you want to make something real easy and don't worry about it that much, take a pound of ribeye sausage and take a little block of cream cheese and mix it together, and you can put it on as a dip on a cracker. You can put it on a piece of. I mean, it's very versatile. It's real good. I actually, I think I'm going to start having a pizza at the Mermaid down at Gluckstadt with the ribeye sausage on it. So they're going to make a sausage. Well, they're going to make a pizza, specifically for the ribeye sausage. So we're going to hopefully have that on the menu soon. So I don't want to go off camera. I love the article you did with Kyle Wakefield. I mean, it was I don't know, just kind of with everything going on, reading that, and the story and the kind of the backstory, everything. It was just a really awesome. It was really awesome. I ain't gonna lie, I started crying. So, and then I actually woke up early morning and watched the interview with Kyle, with Marty and it's just
Yeah.
it's cool to see good stories like that being put out there.
It's been really humbling because this is like my 30th year to be a sports writer. And I've like sometimes in the back of my mind played the little math game. Like, wonder how many stories I've written, like how many things have I written between previews or game stories or columns or notebooks or features or whatever. Tens of thousands, I guess. I mean, tons. And I've gotten more feedback off that story than I have, I think, anything I've ever written, with the possible exception of when I wrote a column about having to go pick up Campbell her freshman year from Arkansas when the year got shut because of COVID. And I wrote a column about my experiences that weekend. Those were the two things that I think I've gotten the most feedback on, Kyle and that. And his is an incredible story of they go.
No, it's just what needs to be going on in the world. Like I wish that I mean, like every time I think about doing something, I'm sitting here, I'm like, man, what would Kyle do to this? So, there's no telling what he would do to this grinder, like cleaning it, like I just, you almost have to like think about it like, hey, there's people that are out there fighting, inner demons, addiction, all sorts of things, I ain't gonna lie. I fight mental health all the time, man. So it's a tough pill to swallow, but it definitely helped. Like whenever I read everything and tuned in everything, and just kind of really hit home really hard.
Yeah, they're a special family. They really are. She's I wrote this about her. His mother, Brandy Wakefield. She's a hero. That's what we use that word. Like in the Super Bowl, there's going to be talk about how tough and gritty and I do it too. I do it all the time, right? I mean, this linebacker, he's tough, or this guy played through an ankle injury, how gritty and and it is. I'm not belittling those things, but man, you want to talk about toughness and grittiness and that kind of thing.
Yeah, it's tough.
Your young child's not talking, and you're trying to figure it out, and you're grinding through it, and someone says, he should be institutionalized, and you say nope, and you just put your head down and go, and that's it's a remarkable thing. All right, let's get to the game. Super Bowl LVIII in Las Vegas. It is the San Francisco 49ers, a 2-point favorite over the Kansas City Chiefs. Caroline, I didn't even ask you about your favorite Super Bowl meal prep or snacks. Is there anything that when you think Super Bowl, is there a food you think about?
Well, I have not had a good Super Bowl meal since I lived at home. So in college, I don't know. I probably went and got something to get.
I think Rotel's easy.
Rotel's good. Mine is like the wings. It's like good smoked wings. You always make those.
So are you a flat or a drummy?
I don't know.
You like the little drumstick or you like the flats? I'm a flat.
I like the drumsticks, I think.
Flat.
Yeah. Carson's a flat. And so me, I'll sacrifice and I'll have the drums so that he can have the flats because whatever. But I love the flats.
No, I'm not gonna lie. I go to the Chinese buffet and literally get like 6 flats and then get the General's Ao sauce and put it on top of the 6 flat wings, and it's the best thing ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, wings sounds so good right now.
Wings and a really good queso dip. Like I'm not really.
Okay, so what kind of sauce on the wings? Are we like straight buffalo tradition, or?
I don't like buffalo wings.
Yeah, it's got too vinegary, right?
So what I do is I use kind of a barbecue rub and let them soak in that a little bit because it'll bring some of the juice out. Then pat them dry, and then smoke them on a low heat. And then at the very end, we'll pop them in the air fryer and let them get a little crispness. they don't even need a sauce because the flavor is already absorbed. So if you wanted the sauce, you could use ranch or blue cheese, or you could make a buffalo sauce. That'd be fine. But I like them. I like mine dry. I'm a dry over wet rib guy, but I mean wing guy, ribs too. But man, that's what I'm craving, like is ribs. I don't need them right now because I'm hobbled still and I'm not getting the exercise I want to get, so I can't eat something like that. But when I think Super
Oh,
Bowl,
it was great. We smoked some half racks over here, and they put them in the vacuum seal. And I was dog sitting the other day. I was like, oh, this is gonna be perfect. Like, put them in the air fryer, put them in the air fryer for 15 minutes. I slopped them up, and I'll give you a special sauce that I just started doing. So I take Hoover sauce, and I take Sweet Baby Ray's, and I take Sriracha sauce.
okay,
And combine all three, and it's got some really good flavor. I mean, it just kind of everything merges together. You've got the thickness of the Sweet Baby Ray, the kind of the soy base with the Hoover sauce, and then that sriracha on anything. You could put sriracha on anything. I like sriracha a lot.
all right.
Me
So
too.
let's get to the game. Niners -2. Niners 2-point favorite against the Chiefs in Las Vegas, Allegiant Stadium. What do you think, Greg?
I mean, I'm going to go with the Chiefs. I mean, until nobody ever doubted Brady. So why should we doubt Mahomes? It seems like he's a little bit better. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I think Shanahan and their little team, especially with Brock Purdy. I mean, it's a great story. Also, I mean, when it seems like we think about the two teams that are there, it's like the two stories that are developing. So I don't know. I doubt Mahomes loses this game. There's just no way.
All right, Caroline. Greg's last pick of the year is the Chiefs +2. What about you?
I'm gonna agree. I think the Chiefs.
Yeah, is Taylor Swift going to be able to get there, or didn't
yes.
the Japanese government give her full on security to leave as early as possible, or something like that?
Yeah, she is heroically going to make it to Vegas.
Yeah, look, this is what I was gonna. So my friend sent out a little invitation to the Super Bowl watch party, and look at the invitation they sent out. This is what I'm talking about.
Is it the album cover?
And there's Taylor Swift just on the Super Bowl
Of course.
watch party. Yep.
See? So now that sweatshirt that she was wearing, that the Kelsey sweatshirt.
Yeah.
Okay, so funny how this happens. That is the 49ers fullback's wife.
Yes, it makes sense. Mm-hmm.
There we go.
Oh.
Just
and all those wives / girlfriends of the Chiefs were all wearing them.
Well, yeah.
She got licensed from the NFL. The NFL.
Oh, yeah, she did. Yeah,
they normally would not license someone like that, but they licensed her, and she's going to end up making a ton. They gave her the rights to use all the logos and all that stuff, and yeah.
Oof.
Yeah. Man. Well, for the record, I'm with you guys. I think the Chiefs wins. We're all on the same page. I think Patrick Mahomes plus the whole story and Vegas.
Is there any way the NFL can work it out to where the Lions and the Ravens play for third place?
People would watch. Nobody would
watch that.
Nobody would play. Neither team would try. It would look like the Pro Bowl. It would be.
They could have a flag football game.
that would actually be kind of interesting to watch the Lions and the Ravens play a flag football game. That maybe the day before the Super Bowl. All right, guys. Well, this was a lot of fun this year. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I hope you both did too. I always say this at the end of this every year. It's kind of fun for me personally. I get to sort of chronicle the girls' lives a little bit here on the show. It's during the week. It is in football season for me. Football season is a grind. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Really, Friday's kind of my off day. But by the time I tape this show on Wednesday afternoon, it's kind of a moment where I'm like, hey, this is fun. This is going to be different. We're not going to hardcore football. And I know that kind of the week's getting closer to an end, and this is a highlight of my week. It's probably not necessarily a highlight of y'all's week, but it's a highlight of my week this season.
This is the only concrete I have in my life right now. It seems like it's just like I just got a phone call from the hotel saying that the insurance terminated the room and I need to move all my stuff. And I was like, all right, no problem. I was like, let me finish up work and I'll come over there and get everything out. So I'm literally like living in a suitcase right now, but I'm used to it. It's kind of been fun, but yeah, it's always cool. It brings me back to, hey, it's Wednesday, and got to pretend like I know that I know what I'm talking about, and hopefully it works out, because I think I had one weekend where it was 1-9 or something disastrous, and it was all because I was betting with my heart instead of my head, because I really wanted them to lose. So that's what happens. You can't bet with your heart. You got to bet with your head. So, but no, it's been a really awesome. It's like you were saying, you get to chronicle your kids, get to go back on YouTube and type it in and literally like, man, that's wild, so it's cool to be a part of too.
Caroline, you're the champ. You get the last word.
It's been fun. I did way better than I thought I would do. And hopefully next season I do just as good, and maybe I'll win again.
Well, that's the plan. Good Lord willing, we'll all be back. We'll start it back on the last, it'll air the last Thursday of August 2024. Yeah. August of 2024, we'll get together that last weekend. There's an August date where teams play games, and then we got the 12-team college football playoff to look forward to. Everyone's picking Ole Miss to make it, so it's playoffs or bust for the Rebels next year. A big season for Caroline's Razorbacks, Sam Pittman on the hot seat. So there'll be a lot of things for us to talk about next season when we get back together for season 5 of The Butcher versus the Dance Instructor. Don't forget, please make sure you tell Greg and the people at LB's how much you appreciate them sponsoring this show. Since 2020, when we started the show in the wake of COVID, we didn't know what 2020 was going to look like. And we're like, I threw this idea at Greg, and he was like, yeah, sure, why not? And we did it, and I think it's been a hit. It's been great for MPW Digital. I get every single week on this show, I get usually from females, but sometimes from guys too. I get man, that show makes me laugh. That show makes me smile, and that's good if you can make people smile and laugh. Like you said, in this world, man, sometimes there's a lot of darkness and there's a lot of animus, and people are talking bad about each other, and elections and politics and all that stuff. And if this show, us being silly, talking about college football, and at the end, the NFL can make you smile and laugh, that means we did something good. So it was a fun season for me. I loved it. Congratulations again, Caroline, on your championship. Greg, better luck next year. And we'll be back. There's the half drink bottle of gravy. So we'll be back in August with another edition of The Butcher versus the Dance Instructor, presented by LB's Meat Market, LB's 2008 University Avenue in Oxford. I say this all the time, and not just because Greg's there. A, they're awesome people. B, the product is fantastic. C, the service is amazing. And it's a great place to go in, and you're always going to be happy when you're walking out of LB's. So have a great weekend, everybody listening. Enjoy your Super Bowl party, and we will see you again in the fall. Take care.